It still just says one waiting.
Hi. I don't know if anybody can see this or hear this currently. I have, yeah, if you guys can hear that, I have Tori in the background. Tori is saying that she can see me. Can anybody else out there see or hear? Tori, can you hear? Is the audio coming through?
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
There we go. I just heard myself.
Yeah, you can hear yourself in the background?
Yeah.
Does it sound great?
Second delay.
Okay. Is it freaking you out?
A little bit, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to hang up with you, Tori, and I'm going to join the chat.
I love you.
Love you too.
You look pretty.
Bye. Oh, thanks. Thanks. I put on lipstick for once. In honor of you. Bye. All right. Hey, brown-eyed girl, I will wait for you. We'll give it a few minutes. We're finally at a time where you can join. It's actually a time, maybe it's the retirement, maybe because I did later, but you're able to join us this time, which is pretty awesome. While we're waiting to get started, I'll give you guys a preview of what I have planned to talk about today. Just in case we don't have topics that we end up tangenting on, because usually that's what happens. We start talking and my sweater. Oh, that's you, Tori. I'll show you my sweater in a minute. Yeah, see, that's exactly as I was just saying. So usually I think I want to talk about something. Oh, I made a smoothie. I'm not bleeding to death. I had a beet, strawberry, cherry, and kale smoothie here. So that's this. I swear I'm not a vampire and I have not murdered anybody today, at least. But oh yeah, usually I have something I plan on talking about, and then I get distracted and I go off on a tangent on something else. But yeah, I have a little preview of what we're going to talk about today. I'll give you some updates on life here in the Vintage Dietitian house. And then also, I was at an estate sale recently after I have said I'm not going to buy anything else, no more vintage clothing, no more thrift shopping, no more any of that. And usually, as soon as I say that, that's about the time I will go and start buying like a ton of stuff and fill my car up buying with it. So that's exactly what happened. I said, no more. We have to put a cutoff on this because it's too overwhelming. Life is too busy. It's taking up too much time. And then on the way home from somewhere, I stopped at two different Goodwills and spent a stupid amount of time and a good amount of money and filled up the whole back of the car, unloaded that, and then I went and did an interview with a couple that I love. I can't wait for you guys to hear the interview. It was fantastic. But on the way home from their house, I stopped by an estate sale and I filled the entire car up, front to back, spent $72, I think, like insane prices. But hey, from Texas or to Texas, no, from Pennsylvania to Texas. Good to see you. But this is one thing I picked up, the Better Homes and Gardens new cookbook, which, I mean, the illustrations in this, hold on, let's just pull it open. Ooh, oh, look at this bread. Illustrations, they're fabulous. This is such, I mean, it's not in fantastic shape. The pages are kind of ripping out of the binder, but this wasn't even the coolest find. I think the coolest find, in my opinion, was this. I found this kind of in with like a box of cookbooks and notebooks and different things like that. And it's falling apart. Like the cover is coming off and it's just written on in like a Sharpie in the front, and it's being held together by this rubber band. But it is, yay, you're back. Okay, perfect. So we haven't gotten into anything big yet. I haven't shown anything. I was just kind of giving a preview on what we're talking about, which is the cookbooks that I found recently at this estate sale. Oh, before I get into that, Tori, you wanted to see my sweater, which is actually a sweatshirt. I think it's a hoodie. I don't actually love hoodies because they make my hair tangled up. But I just really like this one. It's a little wolf howling at something in front of some mountains, but it's super comfy. If I'm being honest, I've been wearing the sweatshirt for like the last 8 or 9 days, probably. It really needs to get washed, but it's just so comfy. And when I work in the morning, I just pull it on because it's a little bit chilly in the house in the morning. So I just kind of pull it on and wear it most of the day. And it's just, it's just very cozy. So, oh, and the coolest, I, this is backwards. So I think that I'm showing you this side of me, and I'm not showing you the right side, so it's throwing me off. 91 degrees. Oh, oh my gosh. God bless you. What, isn't that a saying? God bless Texas. Yeah. God bless Texas. 91 in the fall. It's been, yeah, I know. It's been warm here in Pennsylvania for fall up until last week. It was in the 80s and I was miserable because the leaves are changing, which means it's supposed to be soup and sweater season here. But it did just last week, it finally got nice and cold and it has started frosting overnight, which has been nice because any of you that, if you saw my Instagram story yesterday or the day before, I made bone broth. And I typically, with my bone broth, I will let it simmer overnight. I'll just keep it on low, just barely simmering. So it is like a little bit above safe temperatures. And because I want to get every last bit of collagen out of those chicken feet. So I did that. And I was so busy yesterday, I didn't have time to strain it. So I just took it and put it in the back of my car because if I put it outside, we live around so much wildlife. It would have been gone in the morning if I would have left it outside and there would be a mess everywhere. So I just put it in the back of my car and let it sit in there and it refrigerated it last night. And oh, oh yeah, brown eyed girl, you are on the rest of the world's measurements. You're in Celsius. So 51 degrees, that's a nice temperature. I don't know, I think. I like a nice like in the 50s, 60s for fall. I think that's a pretty good temperature. Oh, Roses and Lace, you're here. Your kids, what are you guys doing? I guess I'm asking you that, uh, putting too much pressure on you. You're trying to feed your kids dinner, and I'm asking you what you're eating. Don't feel like you have to answer that. You can answer later if you get back to it. But don't feel pressure to answer that. But I hope you guys are having a good time. Hey, kids, I hope you're eating well for your mom. Um, I've forgotten where my train of thought went. Where did we go? Oh, the this back to here. Tori, you distracted me with the sweater. And ooh, dim sum. That sounds nice. You can't DoorDash where I live, which is probably good. It makes me make most of my food at home, but that sounds delicious. Tori, you said, oh, yeah, you went from sweating profusely in your shorts and to packing hot hands in your shoes. Yeah, that's Pennsylvania. So this cookbook here, I wish there would have been more. I don't know if this was the only one available or if people bought the rest of them. I don't know because I got there like the end of the second day. But whoever it was that owned this place, I don't know where my webcam is. So this isn't the greatest. And It's shining. The lights above my dining room table are shining off of here. But anyhow, they have vegetable recipes from P to Z, which I think is just fantastic. To me, when somebody has taken the time to put recipes together and like put them all in one place, I imagine that they have probably tested those recipes out and it means that they were good enough to include in here. So the first thing at once I just take the cover off, it's not attached. They had all of these printouts of things. So it looks like they found some recipes and maybe they had meant to cut them out and put them in this little cookbook scrapbook and hadn't gotten to it yet. But it starts right at the beginning with peas, and they started with parsnips, which I think is amazing. Um, Tori, did you just say they're easy peasy? You're hilarious. Uh, the where was I going? Oh, parsnips. I love parsnips, and you don't often see people include them as a vegetable in things. I think they're kind of left out a lot of times. So I really like seeing them. And there are, I guess it's just one uh, parsnips au gratin from 1976. So they have printed it out and included it in here, which is really cool. So just one for parsnips, but then give peas a chance. Yes, peas is the next one. And there are a lot of pea recipes, including some with these pictures. I love, where is it? Yep, this one here. I'm very bad at trying to figure out where this camera is and holding everything up there. But look at the little peas and potatoes there. I love this. What else is in here? Ooh, there was some in the back as well. When is this from? Oh, this is 2003. So not too, I guess that is over 20 years old. I was going to say kind of recent, but for me, maybe, but not for the rest of the world, I guess. There's a little one here. What else? This one looks like it was typed up on a typewriter. I don't know if it was or wasn't, but it kind of looks like it. It's like a whole thick thing of zucchini recipes. What else? Ooh, here's the one I was looking for. This is zucchini casserole, but look at how pretty the stationery is, and it's handwritten. It's it's just so beautiful. It reminds me of seeing the boxes, the recipe boxes, and you pull it out and they have the little pretty little recipe cards, and it has your handwritten recipes or your grandma's or your mom's. I thought that one was really sweet. And this one, okay, here's one for sweet potatoes. It's a sweet potato casserole, which is cool and it's handwritten. But the best part is at the bottom, it was included that it was whoever this was, it was their Aunt Pat's. So this must have been a really special recipe to them, which makes me feel really good about having this. And I also feel very lucky to have stopped by because it was the end of the second day. And I don't know, if somebody that didn't appreciate recipes and things like that wouldn't have gone, would this have just gone in the trash? All of this work that they did and, the time and effort they took to put all of these together, all these handwritten ones. My heart kind of breaks a little bit thinking about all the recipes that get thrown in the dumpster. I also think it's kind of interesting looking at this one. Look at how cute little lemons are on this. But I'm looking at the handwriting on this, and there's different handwriting. So whoever this is not the same person that wrote this one. So did they ask people to collect recipes, like ask them for their favorite recipes and then collect those? Um, did they find them different places, kind of like what I'm doing, and collect them from different thrift stores or estate sales, yard sales, and then put them all together? I don't know. There is a lot of love and a lot of stories inside this cookbook that I think we will never know, which is pretty cool. But we'll take it on and we'll make some more stories with it. Um, I don't know what else to say about that cookbook. I could go one by one, but I think that might get pretty boring to go through there. So, Brown Eye Girl, you said that's how your mom, oh, you guys used to save recipes in binders. That's awesome. Uh, did your mom always do that? Or did you guys start that together? I know like Nani, she has like a recipe box, but then she has cookbooks and she has like a file folder also with recipes in it. And then she has been putting together Nani's cookbook for, oh, Tori, how long has it been that Nani's been putting that cookbook together? uh 20 years at this point, 25 years that she's going to give it to us for Christmas every year. And yeah, 35 years at least. And it doesn't make it there. So hopefully we'll get that someday soon. Brown Eye Girl, you said your most treasured book is her green binder. Is that all of the best recipes that you guys have together? I'm having dinner with you guys. I had a big lunch. I had pork chops and something else for lunch. So dinner tonight. I'm not super hungry, so I'm just doing a smoothie for dinner. This might be one of the best smoothies I've ever made. Usually when I make smoothies, I put way too many vegetables in there. I just get it in my head I want more vegetables. And so I put them in there and I put some fruit and some protein powder, and then I go and I drink it, and then I'm shocked when it is not super delicious because it tastes more like vegetables than fruit or anything else. Um, oh, that was hers before you came along or before you guys started doing that. That's really, really cool. You think you lost the others? That stinks, but it's good you have that one. That's really cool. Did she have a favorite recipe out of that cookbook, or do you have a favorite one that she used to make? Mm. Mm. Yeah. So she's been collecting it. Do you know if her mom or grandma or anybody, mother-in-law, anything like that, added any of those recipes, or if they were anything like that for her? Ooh, chocolate cake. That's right up my alley. That sounds delicious. Mm. All right. So something else, I was going to try it the other day for the first time, but I decided I would wait and do it with you guys because that might be interesting to watch somebody try and do. And hopefully I really, really like it and it's not disgusting. But said no. Oh, she noted recipes that were your grandma's. That's awesome. So you have your grandma's and her recipes in that binder. That's so cool. That's such a treasure to have. Hmm. I got same thing. If you watch my Instagram stories, I picked up camel milk the other day or the other week, month. I don't know. It's, I assume, freeze dried, and it's in little sachets like this. And I have in my area, there are, I call them bent and dent stores, but there are like these discount grocery stores. Yes, I am on Instagram. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I will say I'm terrible at social media. I'm not active on it very much. I post some stories here and there. Occasionally I'll post some different posts and things and updates. So it's on Instagram. It's probably a little more about, like a little more personal about what I'm doing that day or something interesting I've seen or found. Um, but it's just I think it's just the vintage dietitian. It'll be the picture of the bouquet, the vegetable bouquet probably. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm over there. I think the links are in the descriptions of the videos. I think. I could be totally lying. I don't know. But we have these discount grocery stores, and usually because we have a lot of Amish in my area, so usually they're run by Amish people, and I don't know where they get these things from, but they get things that are like second, either they're about to expire, or maybe they have expired a little bit, or like at Walmart. My understanding is if they are unloading a box of stuff at Walmart and the box falls on the ground, it and splits open, they are not allowed to sell the stuff that fell. I could be totally lying, but someone who does stocking at Walmart told me that. So they will then sell it to somebody else at like kind of pennies on the dollar. And then like these Benton Dent stores, they will take them. They get the one that I go to gets a lot of Amazon returns. So that's where stuff like this comes up. Yes, real camel's milk. So there's all sorts of things that are more popular, maybe in the Middle East and not so popular around here. We end up getting those. I can't even tell you how many really cool different things I've gotten. Dehydrated snails. Um, I get just a lot of really, really interesting, kind of higher end, really expensive things for pennies on the dollar. I think I might have paid maybe 2.99 for this. Yeah, dehydrated snails. So I really like escargot. I mean, it's not kind of fresh. It's cooked, so but I like escargot. I don't know if I would like dehydrated snails because I haven't actually tried them. Or maybe they're dehydrated, not freeze dried. Um, yeah, they do it good at a steakhouse. I've never tried to do it on my own, and I've never tried it from dried, but we are gonna try. And if I bought like 5 bags of them, because same thing, they were like $1.99 or 2.99. So, and I think they're like some kind of African snail. They're pretty big. If I don't like the texture, I'll just put them in my next round of bone broth because I'm sure there's plenty of minerals in there that are probably good for you. And I will just strain it out and I'll extract the good stuff out of it, let it leach into the bone broth, and then the scraps, usually I just take the scraps of my bone broth and put it outside in the wildlife, or the ducks end up eating it. So it'll still go to good use. But anyhow, yeah, camel milk. This little sachet right here, it says just put it in with 180 milliliters of water, and which I have done. I should have done it in a clear container so you could see it. It is very kind of thick. Oh, yeah, I can kind of see it there. A little bit. I'm not going to turn it anymore because I will probably dump it out. But it kind of just smells like dry milk that's been reconstituted. If you've ever had to do like non-fat milk or creamer, like powdered cream or something, it's kind of what it smells like. It doesn't smell like, goat's milk. If you smell goat's milk, you could tell kind of has that barn smell. I expected the barn smell out of camel milk, but I don't know, kind of just smells like regular dry milk. Like I had plans on doing this with you guys, and I was like, "Oh, that'll be a fun thing for us to do together." And now that it's time for me to do it, I'm a little bit nervous about trying it. It's going to be good. It will be good. When I do it on camera for the videos, at least if I have like, I don't know, an embarrassing reaction or my face is super embarrassing, I can edit that part out a little bit. Hey, how's it going? You are just in time. If you missed it, I'm about to taste test this camel milk. Real camel, like, with the hump, real camel's milk. I got it recently and we're going to test it out. But I'm saying I can't edit out an embarrassing reaction if it happens. Cheers, guys. That's not bad at all. That's for I don't drink milk out of a glass often. Usually if I have milk, it's in like like just coffee or something, or hot cocoa, or sometimes I'll have like an electrolyte hot cocoa at night and I'll use milk for that. But that's pretty much the extent of my milk drinking. I don't drink it as a cup. Um, It's no, for it's not that cold because I used warm water to mix it with so it would mix better, and then I stuck it in the fridge for like 20 minutes. So I'd say it's luke cold. It's not quite room temperature, but it's definitely not cold. But the taste of it is not bad at all. Yeah, brown eyed girl. I think definitely Bailey's counts as milk. Yeah, from a dietetic standpoint, definitely all the same nutrients, probably. None of the bad stuff at all. So one of the things, I guess, some updates. Well, I guess I've been talking. I mean, I guess you guys can't talk. You can type. But before I start giving any updates or things, anybody have anything they want to talk about tonight? Maybe, yeah, maybe another Andrew Zimmerman. I'll try anything, and often I end up there are things that are probably repulsive. I usually I feel like I'm gonna hate it, but sometimes I really like it. But yeah, I think I'll give just about anything a chance. The only thing I know I will know ahead of time is that I do not like anything with cilantro, which we've talked about. And I feel like there's something else that I don't like that I always forget I don't like. Um, and then I did try kishka several years ago, which is, I think that's the blood sausage. Is that blood sausage or duck's blood soup? I think it's a blood sausage. So my Nani's good friend, he is was the best chef cook. He wasn't a professional chef. Um, is it duck kishka's the duck blood soup? I tried the sausage. Tori, do you remember what the blood sausage is called? I really, really wanted to like it. I tried it, but this is going to be a really, really gross description. So if you don't want to hear a gross description, close your ears. Um, it reminded me of eating a bloody nose. Like just I could taste it and feel it. And like if you have a bloody nose and it runs down the back of your throat, that's what it was like. I did not like it at all. I gave it a try, but it was not my jam. But I really, really wanted, since Lou liked it and Lou made it, I really wanted to like it and I really wanted him to be impressed by me. It was, I don't even know how old I was, but um, yes, brown eyed girl, blue, Pittsburgh blue. That's how I like my steak. Basically, still raw inside. I'm with you. So unknown Texas, you asked antiques part of my life. So still working on that. I have been doing kind of like, I won't say monthly, but I've done several uh, vintage clothing pop-ups in the so we shut down our antique shop. I think you guys probably know this. But we still own the buildings. So actually that's where I came from just now. I finished up work. I started back to work a while ago. So I worked until about 4:30 ish. I ran over to the shop, got the stuff from the vintage clothing sales cleaned up and moved out of the buildings because one of my former vendors is renting the space for the next couple weeks for an event she's putting on. But I've been doing that. And then we do a little bit of eBay, very, very intermittently. Excuse me. So we'll get into kind of um what's the word? Not trends. We'll do it for a couple days and we'll be super into it and phases. That's the word I was looking for. We'll go in phases. We'll be listing things and putting stuff up for several days and then we'll get busy with other stuff and we'll forget about it for several weeks or months and then we'll get back into it. So the antiques part is we're just I would call us dabblers now, where before it was a business. Now it's kind of just like a dabbling hobby. We're trying hard. That's not true. We were trying hard to get our barn cleared out a little bit, a little better organized with some of the antiques that are still in there that we brought over from the shop when we shut it down a couple years ago. And but it's the same thing in phases. We get really busy with other things and then that kind of goes by the wayside. So, to answer your question, the antiques part of my life is hobbying and I'm just dabbling a little bit. Uh, Brown Eye Girl. Yes, retiring at the end of the June or end of June. So that's oh, you did okay, you did retire. I'm trying to read that and talk at the same time, and it's not going well. Yes. Do your part-time remote work, is there a lot of work for that? You did is it like not bookkeeping, marketing and things like that? Is that am I remembering right? Is that what you did before? I feel like there'd be a pretty good remote an executive assistant. Very fancy. I still feel like there should be a pretty good market for that for remote jobs. I mean, does watching hockey count as a part-time job? Yes, I definitely think so. People who are into hockey get super into hockey, and there are a ton of it. Or there, I feel like there's a ton of are they called matches or games? I don't know what they're referred to. I don't want to say the wrong thing and be offensive, but yeah, you people who are into hockey are super into it. So okay, games. I feel like it's it's very intense. So yeah, it probably feels like a job. And you have to not do a lot of things you want to do because you're going to watch those games. So yeah, I definitely think that counts as a job. Um, oh yeah, you want part-time. Yeah, I get it. I got really lucky. I don't know if I've updated you guys on what I've been doing with my life since I wrapped up with the 52 Sunday Dinners project and started doing some other things. I said before, I would never ever work for anyone else but myself again. I was never going back to work for anybody else. And then after the 52 Sunday Dinners project, I that was really expensive, really, really expensive. And I did not make very much money on it. I am monetized on YouTube, but it's like I think I make now uh that the videos are starting to be watched again a little bit. I might make like $5 on a video or something, just enough to cover maybe like half of one of the recipes. So with the 52 Sunday Dinners project, uh I think I ended up telling you guys, I think we calculated it how much it ended up costing me, not counting the job that I let go to do it. So, although I was adamant I would never work for anybody else, right about the time I decided I wanted more money and that I hated not having my own money and I wasn't making money, I got the opportunity to apply for a contract position as a dietitian. And it was with WIC again. And I worked for WIC before as a nutrition education coordinator and as a dietitian. And I love WIC. I love the population. I love working with moms and helping solve some of those issues and helping moms build confidence and, of course, the nutrition aspect of it as well. But I really, really like that. I really love talking to the moms. Uh, but when I was working before, it was just a situation that I never ever want to go back to or be in again. Um, but I loved WIC. So when I had the opportunity to apply as a contract worker, where all I would be doing is working from home, calling moms across the state to help get them certified for WIC and help get their babies food and educate them. And I would be making um, 1.5 times the amount of money I was making before for 10% of the responsibility that I had before. I ended up getting the job. And so I took that. And I had planned on it just being temporary, maybe doing it for like 6 months to a year, something like that. And in June. It's been 1 year in June. And I also, this is where life gets too busy. I also wanted to do, when I started, I said, I'm going to work maybe like 2 days a week. And that way I can focus on doing some YouTube stuff and doing the vintage clothing. And I'm also preparing for a very, very major adventure next year. So I only wanted to work those 2 days so I could fit everything else in. And then I started seeing my paychecks and then taking another day and another day. And recently I decided, okay, something's got to give. Way too busy, too many things going on, and I've got to cut back. So I said, I'm back to 1 to 2 days a week, no more. And then the government shut down, which you would think would mean I can't work, but it was the opposite. WIC is a weird program where it's federally funded, but then the Fed gives the money to the states. And in Pennsylvania, the states kind of like they bid out contracts to the counties. So, like when I was working for the WIC in my area, I actually was paid by a hospital in a neighboring county, actually in the county that Tori lives in. And because they were who controlled WIC for my county and then several other counties. So some of the counties in Pennsylvania right now are their programs are federally funded. So they can't pay their workers. I'll give them your address, Tori. I'm sure everyone will head right down to your house probably immediately. Which is okay, wait, we're gonna sidetrack. Tori, shall we tell the story about how you live with me and I take care of you? That will be a good story. No, we're not. We're not gonna sidetrack. I'll tell you that in a minute. Um, what were we talking about? Oh goodness, this is terrible. I do not have ADHD. I get so excited. You can see my whole face and ears turn red. Like I get so excited to talk to you guys and I'm not nervous. I love talking to you, but like my brain goes 1,000 miles an hour. My face gets all red and maybe I have a crush on you guys. I don't know. Is that what happens? I'm blushing. Um, oh yeah, WIC funding. So some of them are funded federally, which means that currently some of the WIC offices can't pay their workers. So some WIC moms are not at risk of not getting their benefits. And the babies and the kids are at risk of that as well. So what the state is doing is like they're having us contract workers and in other places that are just short staffed. I will call different counties and I will handle the interview a part of that appointment by phone, which is so much fun. And you're so right. It's amazing. I get to do what I love and I get to make money doing it. And it pays for enough of my stuff that I don't have to feel guilty about not having any of my own money. And I don't know, it's just great. But it's been about 4 days a week now. So I haven't filmed a video in several weeks. So the videos that you have been seeing, I filmed before. So tomorrow the plan is to film at least, I think I'm going to try at least 2 videos tomorrow. And one of them is going to be that tomato jam, or not jam, the tomato mold, tomato something. Excuse me again. It's something with tomato and gelatin, but I was not going to attempt it because I thought it might want it in a ring mold, and that never works out. But it's in a loaf pan mold, so we're gonna try that one. I think they don't call it an aspic, but yeah, it's pretty much an aspic, I think. um, so okay, Tori, I'll tell the story now that we're off of that tangent. My goddaughter came and her brother, my nephew, and our other sister came for Easter. And Tori was here. So Tori usually when they come over, Tori is here visiting because it's usually a holiday or something like that. Or if the kids are here because they live out of state, if the kids are here visiting, Tori will come so that she can see them. And she stays overnight. And there's a room, my guest room upstairs. I call it Tori's room because usually yes, weddings as well. She's the one who typically stays over here the most. And she has a couple drawers in my dresser, which is really annoying because now I can't keep as much stuff in my dresser because Tori has taken several of my drawers. Um, but so they stay when the kids come, they stay in that room. And I call it Tori, like, oh, you're in Aunt Tori's room. Well, we were having this discussion. Yes, I am the one that gave them to you. Uh, we're having this discussion about money or something and talking about how her mommy and daddy make probably more money than what Aunt Ashley and her husband make. But and we were kind of discussing, like, just gently discussing cost of living and what you have to consider because she's still really young to understand that sort of thing. So we're discussing cost of living, and we said, and Ashley lives here, and it's a much lower cost of living where mommy and daddy and you guys live. It's much more expensive. Houses are more expensive, properties more expensive, everything's more expensive where you live compared to here. And I said, plus, mommy and daddy have kids. They have you guys to take care of, which can be a lot more expensive. Aunt Ashley doesn't have any kids to take care of. So that's a lot more money that she has. And she looked straight at Tori and said, well, you have to take care of her, don't you? She straight up thought that Tori lives here and that I take care of her. Like Tori's my kid or something. Which I mean kind of makes sense because I am the older sister. And yeah, no, she's not entirely wrong. I tell her, if I tell her to do something, usually I'm pretty bossy with Tori. And you know, Tori can get a little bit like she'll say something back or talk back, and I'll yell at her, or mostly joking. But yeah, it probably does appear. It is eldest sister syndrome. It hits very hard in our house. Oh, the ducks, yes, the ducks are kind of expensive. They are spoiled and expensive, and they kind of run my life. So yeah, you are absolutely right about that. So what else do we want to talk about tonight? I guess, oh, we've been on here over an hour. No, we haven't been on here over an hour. I started at 6:30, not 6. I feel like usually I say I'm going to talk for an hour, and then it's like an hour and a half to 3 hours later, and we're still chatting. Uh, Anybody have specific subjects they wanted to be talking about today before I bring anything else up? I don't want to hog up all of the what is the word? All of the topics if somebody else wants something specific. All right. You guys can still type if you want, and I'll see it eventually. Do we get to vote on the next menu? Yeah. You want to? Bring you beats? Oh, yeah. I'm going to see Tori on Sunday. So I'm not bringing you beats, but maybe I will. I feel guilty. Okay. Hold on one second. Let me get, where is, I think my cookbook is right here. So hold one moment, please. Yeah, it is. It is right here on the table. Okay. All right. So we are currently in October still. Oh, tomato jelly. So I know that I am. Hold on. I'm also going to turn these lights down. Maybe that's also why my face is so hot. These lights are really hot. I'm going to turn them down a little bit. Ooh, it just got romantic in here. Okay. But it also got very blurry. Can you guys actually see this? It looks extremely blurry. That will be interesting to see, not make, just to see. Yes. Hey, thanks for joining us. Okay. So yeah, can you actually make out the oh there we go. The words on these recipes at all, or is it super blurry? Okay. Well, whether you can or can't, if you want to vote on them, I guess. Shut up, Tori. All right. This one is from, let's see, I think it's, 1927. I think I've been telling everyone it's 1926, but it's definitely 1927. I'm going to turn these lights back up just a little bit because it's blurry again. And then we will vote. I'll let you guys vote on what you want to see made next. Okay. Hopefully this is a little bit better, or it will be. I can't focus it like I can my regular camera. I don't know where I lost my webcam. I went looking for it everywhere, but um, at it will be no surprise to anyone that I have lost my webcam somewhere. What's the mug in the background that I definitely didn't make? Yes. Thank you, Tori. There is a very adorable mug in the background that I can't show because it's a gift for Nani. And she doesn't watch any of these videos. But just in case, in the off chance she does watch this one, we can't show it until after Christmas. But the one that I am definitely making, because I have all the ingredients tomorrow, is the tomato jelly. So that one has gelatin, tomatoes, onion, bay leaf, celery, cayenne, cloves. Oh, yeah, that was, I think, one of my questions. I was like, did they forget to write garlic in this thing? Just two cloves? Two cloves of what? And several of you pointed out cloves, like a whole clove, obviously. So yeah, we'll be making that one. The other options are an apple pepper. I'm going to learn how to do this. Okay. We have an apple pepper salad, an apple celery salad, a chestnut orange, and a Malaga or California grape salad. I don't know if we can get those types of grapes here at this point. I could do a grape salad, but it definitely would not be the same. Could I someday in the future do a video using cooking with vintage weird kitchen gadgets? Oh yeah, definitely. I have so many weird, interesting cooking gadgets packed up in a way. So most certainly I could dig some of those out and try it out. I know I have used. Oh, I'll show you one. You may, I don't know if you watch the Sunday dinners. Yes, I was just gonna pull that down. Hold on, and I will show you the Easter beater and show you that. Well, I know I can't stick. That's the thing. The sweet pickles. That's the other thing I always forget I hate. Thank you for reminding me. Um, I know I get distracted by this. We will come back to the voting. Hold on one moment. It's up on top of my Hoosier cabinet. Here we go. I had to climb up to get it. So this is the egg beater. It's in a McKee Delphite glass bowl here. And I don't think it's marked, but it's Delphite. And then it has this egg beater. So we used this to try and we didn't beat eggs, I don't think. I think we tried to make whipped cream, or maybe we did do eggs, but we just stuck it in here and beat it up. Oh no, it was the egg whites. I think we were trying to do egg whites, but It did not work out very well at all. It is. I love this blue. They made McKee has to be my favorite glass company. But Jeanette also makes some really, really beautiful, and Anchor Hawking as well. Fire King Anchor Hawking made some beautiful stuff. And oh, Hazel Atlas, also a pretty classic one. I like a lot of their stuff. But they're kind of I'd say the big names in kitchen glass from back in the day. But anyhow, okay. So we already know I'm definitely doing tomato jelly. The other options for salads are the apple pepper salad, the apple celery salad, and the chestnut orange salad for this page. And like I said, the grapes, we could do the grapes, but it's not going to taste correct. It's just a different type of grape. We have grapes here, and unfortunately it was so dry this year during the time when they should have been growing that they started and they were getting so beautiful. We bought netting to put over top of these grapes that I think they planted them in the 30s. We bought netting to put over top of it so the birds didn't all get them again this year, and we didn't need to do that because they all basically imploded. There's also one that we have already made. Tori will remember this one well, the candlelette salad. Those of you that watched were here for 52 Sunday dinners. I'm sure you all remember the candle salad. That was a memorable one. And then there's jellied apple and nut salad, a French fruit salad, and then an apple, date, and celery salad. Any of those sticking out for you guys? I will say I did I ordered some, I know that kind of salad. Our moms and grandmas and great grandmas, they had a sense of humor for sure. I mean, some of them might have thought that looked like a candle, but most of them didn't really think that looked like a candle. And oh, I'm putting whatever the mayonnaise on top. I did buy chestnuts. They are roasted already. So, I don't know. If we do the chestnut salad, we'll kind of skip some steps in there because you're supposed to buy them fresh and then you crack them and you boil them. I could not find them raw for a reasonable price. That wasn't like so many of them that I wouldn't have actually needed it. I was like, so you would have to buy several pounds, and it was like $50, $80 to buy them. So I just went with, I think it was like $10 to buy 3 of the little like Mylar containers or sleeves of the roasted ones. Salad with apple sounds good. Apple pepper, right? Apple pepper is on the list. Anybody else? Fruit salad sounds good. I mean, we're doing these every single week, so we could definitely do both of those. Do you mean the French fruit salad? That one has English walnuts, lettuce. Oh, it has the French fruit salad has the Malaga grapes. So I could see if I could get something similar. Actually, was it? I'm trying to remember what the closest to the Malagas were. I think muscadine was the closest that I could find. I could leave out the grape, but it would probably totally change the whole. I can't do two things at once. I think I can talk and type. I'm looking up a substitute. You're right. They would have in the 20s. You're absolutely right. Mm, Sweet Jubilee, Crimson Seedless. I don't know what any of those are. I should know, but I do not. We could try that out. Brown Eyed Girl, what's your vote for the salads? And then we'll look at the sandwiches. Apple celery. All right. That sounds good. I mean, you guys kind of made my decision pretty easy. So we'll do apple pepper, apple celery, and the French fruit. Maybe the French fruit might be the last one that I do, just so I can see if I can get. So you'll probably end up seeing that in November, actually. So I can see if I can get like what I can substitute the grapes with, like to be the closest. Apple celery, the regular apple celery or apple date and celery, because there are two. There, let's see, wash and polish good looking red apples. So the apple celery salad is okay, apple celery. I think that's one where you take the apple and you cut the top off and you core it out and then you fill it with a celery filling. Beautiful. All right. And then, yes, they are. They're so good for just about anything. You can put them in a fruit salad, you can put them in a savory salad, you can bake them as a dessert, you can put them in with a pork roast. Apples are fabulous. And then, ooh, speaking of apples, I'll show you. I'll show you the sandwiches and we'll vote on sandwiches next. But wait, just hold on 1 second. You guys like my eucalyptus in the back? It smells really good. I got it from Trader Joe's a couple weeks ago. Okay. Are you ready? We grew this like in my yard. We planted these the year of our wedding or the year after our wedding, I can't remember. And usually, like we planted plums, cherries, apples, pears. And the plums got some sort of a disease and they bit the dust. The cherries produce well, but the birds get to them first, and we don't end up getting very many of them. And the apples always produce. Pennsylvania, at least on our property, the apples produce so well, but they're really ugly, which is fine. Like you can have, I'll eat an ugly apple, it tastes good. But a lot of times, like depending on the weather or that sort of thing. Usually, like at the bottom, the deer get to the ones on the bottom, and some of the other ones, like the ants, will get to them, and something always gets to them. And the pears have been nice before, and we've gotten pears, but never this beautiful. The Wait, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this picture. I posted it on my Instagram story, of course. Brown Eye Girl, you got to get over on Instagram. I posted pictures of the pears off of our tree. And it looks like, I feel like it looks like a medieval painting or like it should be painted on pottery. It's so beautiful. Oh, you can't see that at all, can you? No. Oh, wait, I'll turn down the light. I feel like 100 years old trying to show you this stuff. Look at how beautiful those are. You can't tell how beautiful it is because you can't really see this. It looks stupid on the screen, but It they are so beautiful. I can't even tell you. So beautiful. Oh, yay! Maybe I'll post a picture of these pears again so you can see them on my stories because I don't mind showing off more than once. Um, I know the squirrels, we have a lot of squirrels, but they aren't too bad on our fruit. And I don't know if it's because there's so much other stuff around here for them to get to, or because we have a ton of acorns too. We have so many trees with just like probably tons. If you pick them all up and you put them in the back of a truck, you probably would have at least a ton of acorns on this property. So maybe that's why they stay away from our fruit for the most part. Mm, our picky squirrels. The crows will get to some of the fruit and eat it, but not bad. Usually we have plenty of apples left, and because we just have so many apple trees. And the pears this year, like the branches are starting to pull down on the sides a little bit because they're so heavy with these beautiful, just perfect, absolutely perfect fruit. Do you can any of your fruit? I do. So I haven't in a while. Actually, in 2015, I went on a canning binge and I canned every apple that we had on this property. It was days and days and days of canning. And at that time, I don't think that I had my huge, I have a big All American, the biggest one you can get pressure canner that'll hold like 52 pints or something. I don't know if that's true or if I'm exaggerating. Um, but I did applesauce and apple pie filling and apple butter. And it was every day, morning, like crack of dawn in the morning until like 11 or midnight. I was cooking and canning. And do not take my advice. I'm pretty sure the safe canning rule is 18 months or something, but I'm still eating some of the stuff like the apple jelly. I'm still cracking it open now because I made so much of it. I gave so much of it away, but so we made so much that I still have some of it. I'll crack into it now 10 years later and just as good as the day I made it. It's perfectly fine. Don't follow my advice. That's just what I do in my kitchen. And when you come over to my house, if it's something that like that is expired, unless like Tori, I'll feed it to Tori. But usually, I have a lot of friends that are they follow expiration dates a little more closely. We don't feed it to them, but yeah, I will eat it. It is just as good. You said your cats like watching the squirrels in the tree outside the living room window. I'm sure they do. Do they ever try and bat it and get out to them? Ooh, pear sauce. I didn't think about doing pear sauce. Do you ever do do you mix the pear and apple and do like a pear applesauce, or do you just do straight up pear sauce with cinnamon? Oh, that would be so, so good. Ooh, apple salsa. They should make apple salsa. I was just gonna that was gonna be my question, brown eye girl, is it you would have to do a decent amount of probably lemon or pineapple juice, something like that, to keep it, probably lemon juice so that it doesn't brown and get discolored, because that would probably look not pretty quick. Mm. That is true, Tori. Um, the same way as applesauce. Yeah, I may try it because we have so many pears right now. The only thing I haven't done a lot of canning. We For a while we would do apple cider days where we would invite everybody over. We have an apple press or a cider press, and we would make apple cider, and then I would pressure can it and then give it away to people. And or did I water bath? I think I water bath canned it. I don't remember if I pressure canned it or water bathed it. Um, but whoever came to help, then I would give them quarts or pints, however many they wanted, for coming over to help with the apple cider. We haven't done that in a couple years just because our barn is now full of antiques and things. There's not space for all of that processing in there right now. And the other thing we do a lot of canning of is hunting season. Um, I got some of my looks like murder smoothie on my finger there. I do not hunt. I've never been a hunter, but I can appreciate people who hunt. And every year, we have a lot of property. So people come and stay at the house and they hunt during deer season. And when Mr. Vintage Dietitian, when he gets a deer, we process it ourselves now. And I really want to like venison, but I don't love it. I'll eat it because it's free and it's good for you. And if he puts it in a slow cooker, I will certainly eat it, but I don't love it. But if you pressure can it, it kind of takes that like gamey taste out of the meat. And I really, really enjoy it when it's been pressure canned. So now that's what, usually we do or we will be doing is we'll process it ourselves. And then instead of cutting it down into steaks or grinding it into ground meat and anything like that, I'm just going to chop it up, put it in sanitized quart jars and pressure can that sucker. We'll be eating that all year. Oh, the peppers would color the apples. You're right. Mhm. You have pears. Ooh, pear pie. I have never had a pear pie. That sounds fantastic. How's the texture on it? And what kind of pears did you guys use? Did you guys use the softer pears or did you use like the firmer, kind of the Bartlett, more like crunchy, bitier pears? 'Cause I'll say with the pears on our tree, I think I just assumed they were never actually ripe because they were so hard. Because when I eat pears, I like an Asian pear, the red pears, I like them really, really soft. And I typically don't go for a really crunchy pear because I don't know, I just thought they weren't ripe yet. So these ones are definitely actually here. I'll try 'em right now with you guys. I've already tried one. That's how I know they are phenomenal. They're so good, but they are really, really crunchy. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's definitely oh, it's so good. It's such a good pear. I actually really hate when I can hear other people chewing, so I apologize for doing that to you guys. I just wanted you to hear that it was crunchy, but yeah, it drives me bonkers bananas to hear other people chewing. So I'm gonna finish that and not do that to you again. Um, but yeah, pear pie. Now I'm having ideas. I feel like I don't have time to do a lot of stuff right now, but I'm starting to add things in my mind to the list, like making pear pie and canning some pear sauce. Mm. Who will be doing that? Yeah, Tori, it'll be you. Mm. You guys use the soft pears. Did they cook down and get kind of mushy at all? Or you said it was a little bit grainy. I mean, I like the graininess of that. I would imagine when you bake it, it would like get kind of that applesaucey, mushy texture, which seems pretty good to me. I bet that'd be, I mean, it'd be really great with a regular top, but it'd probably be really good with a crumble top too. That would be fabulous. Oh, I forgot we're supposed to be doing the sandwiches. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm over here just chatting away and I'm like, I feel like we're supposed to be talking about something, but I have forgotten it already. It's the sandwiches. Okay. We have some really adorable sandwiches, and there's some that I would suggest doing and some that I would suggest not doing. You guys did a lot of Bartlett pears. Are those the hard, like those are hardier, right, Flopster? I think, I mean, I think Bartlett pears are kind of firmer and crunchier, but I could be totally off there. Um, so for these October, look how cute the illustrations are on this. Look at our little jack-o'-lantern. We have ghost sandwiches, which are it's white bread and you put butter and honey with ground pecans and then you put a I think this is the one you put a little marshmallow on top and then put it in the oven to puff the marshmallow up so it looks like a little bit of like a little ghost on top, which is adorable. I had planned on doing that one already. And then we have witch sandwiches, which have lobster meat in them. I don't currently have lobster meat and because it's supposed to be canned lobster meat and I found canned shrimp because there are a couple recipes that called for canned shrimp and I haven't been able to find canned lobster. If you guys have you guys seen it before? Do you know if you can even get that in this area? Um, okay, you said it didn't get too mushy. Oh, you can ship the Bartlett pears. That's awesome. Do you think do you feel like we could substitute the shrimp or the lobster for the shrimp? And what do you guys think about that? We could definitely do that. Yeah, I've seen canned crab, oysters, everything except lobster I've been able to find. What else did I see? I saw something else really different that I felt was pretty different. This one is kind of the witch is going to be a bit of work. You're supposed to do um, like make a broom out of a piece of celery. It's probably really really cute. Um, shellfish is shellfish. Yes, I mean I might agree with you. Landlocked prairie girl. There also are black cat sandwiches, and this is with let's see, unsweetened chocolate, butter, prunes, black coffee. Oh, okay. So this is the one that I really liked until I saw the bread. It's supposed to go with Boston brown bread. And I can't find a good gluten-free substitute for Boston brown bread. It's the same thing. I feel like it would totally throw off the flavor of how this was supposed to taste. 'Cause I feel like they want the bread to be more of a molasses type flavor. And even if I got like the closest to brown I could get, which would probably be, yeah, black coffee in a sandwich. It's really interesting. Prunes, powdered sugar, butter, unsweetened chocolate, black coffee, and then you decorate with raisins and cloves. Mm. And then there's an owl sandwich. Also, these are so cute. They were very creative. So the owl sandwich is cream cheese, American cheese, I don't know, butter creamed with cheese, French mustard, anchovy, either deviled ham or tongue. You cut those in a diamond shape, you press it together, and then what do you put? You put half of a prune on top as its head, and then you put almonds in the eyes and circle like carrots. You cook carrots on there, and no, the almonds are the ears. The carrots go on as the eyes, and then you put a clove through it for the eyes as well. And then you do like you cook them in a syrup, I think. So those are the owl sandwiches. There's harlequin sandwiches, which can be pretty, it looks like you can put anything in there. The difference is they want white bread and then a darker bread, and then a white bread and a darker bread with different colored fillings in there. So that's an option. There's a Creole lobster sandwich, which again, same thing. Um, the the lobster. We would have to substitute with the shrimp if we were going to do that. There's a ham and currant jelly. I looked at what we could substitute because I same thing. I don't have currant jelly. I have currants, like dried currants, but no currant jelly. And I haven't seen any, but there you can substitute with plum jelly, which I think we have. Oh no, I was going to substitute if I did this. I thought about this already with cranberry sauce because it has the tartness and the sweetness. So if we wanted to do ham and currant jelly, I would substitute with the cranberry sauce. So those are all of the sandwich options. Ooh, checkerboard sandwiches. I like that. That totally makes sense. That's really cute. Did you eat them and did you like them? What did she put in them? If you guys like deciding, we can do this again in a few weeks. I can go live again and we can vote on the next round of them. You don't like brown bread? Yeah. Could you taste it? Could you tell that you were eating brown bread in there? I feel like you can pick out flavors and things. Do you notice if there's even a little bit of something that you don't like in there? Do we have opinions on the sandwiches, or should I just try and match them up and see what we like? See what works out. Yeah, I feel like some things you can tell. I can tell if there's cilantro in something. Even if it's a little bit, I can tell it's in there. And I can tell if there's sweet pickle in something. I know immediately. Yeah, the brown bread in the can. I I'm pretty sure we ordered that and got some of that for, was it the goose? The roasted goose dinner before? I remember I thought it was, yeah, it was. Yes, it was, because Nani, I think that's the one Nani tried. It was very dense. I think we liked it, if I remember. You want to try the lobster shrimp crab sandwich? All right. Which one? So we could do the witch sandwich, or witch sandwich, the witch sandwich. There's also Creole lobster, which is sweet pepper, a peeled tomato, onion. You simmer that in butter and mash it all into a pulp, and then add the canned lobster or shrimp or crab. And then you mix it with salt, paprika, Worcestershire, which I would substitute for something in there because that does have gluten in it. And then it goes all on white bread. And then you serve it as oblongs. Then it says shrimp or salmon may be used with the paste. I don't know what that means. Do we add it in there, or maybe that means we could substitute it with the canned? Yes, there is gluten in the W sauce, also in soy sauce. So last night there is a place in the neighboring town where I live that has Vietnamese food, and Tori, Mr. Vintage Dietitian, is ecstatic to tell you that they closed the cat cafe and it's now a Vietnamese place. But I said, you probably would be happy because it has Vietnamese food. Um, yeah, I feel like it is pretty tame. I think it's their version of what Creole might be. It's definitely not real Creole. Um, ooh, Halloween the Witch. We could definitely do the witch in there. Most certainly. I know, but but they had a gluten-free option for, there was a lemongrass pork chop that I got, and they have they had a sauce on the side, and I asked, I'm like, "Is there soy sauce in your sauce?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, "Then no, thank you." And she said, "No, no, no, it's a gluten-free soy sauce." So very, very good to know. They occasionally they do have pho, but not yesterday. They didn't. I think it's intermittently depending on when they're making it, obviously. So, okay. So, Creole lobster, the Halloween witch, and then I had already planned on making the ghost. And anybody have any other votes? If not, I'm going with the ham and currant jelly, or ham and cranberry sauce. And you guys want to do one of these again in a couple weeks and vote for the next round of them? There's a Hungarian potato herring salad, which sounds like, initially sounds pretty gross, but might end up being good. You know, we have Christmas Eve is the seven fishes, and I'm pretty sure we have pickled herring. Tori, am I right on that? Cranberry sauce does sound really good. I was kind of hoping that might be a vote from you guys. Mm, okay, yeah, I know we did have the hair. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Tori, you're saying yes, the herring at Christmas Eve dinner, and I think I didn't really like that very much. I mean, I would eat it, but I did not like it. Yes to Ashley, not to the ham. Yes. Tori, you can come over and I'll make you eat the ham sandwich. Just kidding. You felt the herring was in. Yeah. All right. Anybody want to talk about anything else right now? Yeah. Tori doesn't eat any pork and not much. beef. Usually, if it's local beef, she'll do it. And um, the you said you're trying to do local chicken now, kind of steering away from most meats unless they're kind of local, except during Easter. You will Nani makes a white borscht, which is out of this world, and it has sausage in it, smoked and fresh. And so Tori will make one exception at the time. Oh, and it has bacon as well. Are you guys Italian, Flopster? I still have some borscht in the freezer. I just found it underneath of everything else. Do you want me to bring it over when I come Sunday, Tori? Yes, it's a white borscht. So I assume it's probably Polish. It's you take just water and you boil the sausage, both sausages, and slab bacon. And then after a while, you oh, okay. So after all that is boiled, you take the meat out of there and then you let it cool so that all the fat comes to the top. And then you skim all the fat off so that you are left with just the flavors in the broth, which is kind of funny, I guess, because it's you're in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, we're trying to make this a little lower fat and healthier or something, but maybe it's just the texture of it, or maybe it's because of what you do with it after. You add a a good bit of vinegar and then a boatload of heavy cream to it, and then dill, I believe, as well. And then you put the Tori, do we put the meat back in or do we keep it? No, we don't. We roast the meat afterward in the oven and crisp it up. And then we serve it. So you serve the soup, and then with the soup comes rye bread, both the smoked and fresh sausage, and the bacon, hard boiled eggs, and horseradish. No, he was Irish. Did you guys do the a bunch of other fishes on Christmas Eve? Did you do that tradition or was it just herring? Oh, it is. It is heaven. That soup is so good. It's so, so good. Okay. Brown Eye Girl, you said Scottish Irish on your dad's side, English, French, Canadian, oh, French Canadian on your mom's. Did you guys do any fish? Okay. What is, I'm going to destroy this pronunciation. Tortillere? What is that? I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, but what is it? That sounds interesting. Pea soup. That's usually something oh, well, I got it right. Um, oh, okay. That makes sense. Mm, I wonder, was it a Lithuanian tradition? Oh, pork pie. That sounds delicious. Oh, pork and pea soup. That seems like a New Year's kind of thing for us. That's what that reminds me of. I love a pea soup. It's so good. It goes so well with pork. What's the camel milk? It is not bad. I'm kind of impressed. Okay, Christmas Eve tradition for you guys. That's really cool. I love hearing everybody's traditions. And it's interesting how some of them are so similar and some of them are so different. And some of them people pick up like it might not be their traditions or like their customs from their culture, but they've picked it up somewhere else and really liked it, so they just kind of adopt it. I love that. Herring, you don't know about herring for the Lithuanians? A cake that looks like a pine tree? Oh, that's cool. Is it the log, the bûche de Noël? Does yours look like an actual tree or is it the log on the side? So it's usually white. Ooh, that's really cool. I love that. It is French. Okay. To- Tori says she must hear about this so that I can force her to bake it. That is true. That is very true. If there's something you guys talk about that I really like, that is something to be baked, it will not be me baking it. It will be Tori coming over here and baking it. Uh, ooh, branch parts to it. That's really cool. I've never seen or heard of something like that. That's really awesome. Said your mom's paternal side is from Italy, but they only have bacala for Christmas. Okay. Is that dried? Yes. S- Swiss roll covered in icing. Yeah, pretty that's pretty much what it is. And some people will decorate it really pretty. They'll make marzipan um, mushrooms and then speckle them and make them all pretty and then put the powdered sugar for the snow. Cicadas cake. All right, I'm gonna look that up right now. Let's see what a cicadas cake. Oh, it finished it for me. Oh my gosh. That is awesome. I've never seen anything like this. Oh, you guys can't see it again. Pull it. Nope. You guys are just gonna have to Google it yourself. This is cool. It's baked on a rotating spit. Holy moly. This is awesome. Wow. You guys soak the cod in different waters for days. Oh, I bet. Is that to get the salt and everything out of it? That's really cool. Yeah, yeah, Tori, we might not be doing, or maybe we might. Maybe we'll figure out a way to get it done. I mean, it makes no difference to me. It won't be that hard for me because you'll be the one doing it. So it sounds like a win-win for me. That's awesome. That is cool. The effort that has to go into that. Now, did you guys make the cake yourself or did you buy it from a bakery? Like when we would do Bush to Noel, Nani is a fabulous cook and a baker, but I think in my lifetime, she only made one once, and it was with our cousin. They made one together. I could be misremembering things. Maybe she made one with somebody else, but um, the we usually bought it from a bakery if we had a Bush to Noel. Oh yeah, I imagine. Way too salty to eat. I assume that's to preserve it. Is that the traditional way to preserve it and everything? Okay, your grandma did it in layers. Oh, deep fried pastries. That sounds so good. Grandmas are such good bakers. I don't know. I mean, some of you may end up saying differently here, but I don't know too many people's grandmas that couldn't bake like nobody's business. Batter on iron shaped in different forms and then deep fried them. And then she dusted them with powdered sugar. Oh my God. The effort that it would have taken to do that. My goodness. How long did it take her to make that cake? And how many of you guys were there at a holiday meal for that? Okay. You have a Lithuanian bakery in Omaha. That's cool. I'm so impressed with this cake. I'm gonna end up going on like a deep dive later and Googling this and trying to figure out I won't be able to eat it anyway, but I'll make Tori make it and then I'll take it to church class or something. Your grandma lived too far away to travel in the winter? Oh boy, Alberta and a blizzard. I don't think we in America, we joke about probably how bad winters are. Like here, it's actually Buffalo doesn't really get that much snow. People talk about Buffalo being a really snowy place. It's a south towns. It's south of Buffalo that gets the snow, and it can be pretty crazy, but I bet it's nothing compared to Alberta. Mm, yeah. No, I bet you're right. I bet winter here is probably a joke to you, brown-eyed girl. It's, and there's one time we were taking Tori home from Nani's house. Nani lives, north of Buffalo, and we were taking her home during a winter storm, and we had a truck at the time, and we almost got the truck stuck on the highway. Was there was or no, we had to go off the highway. They shut the highway down. I don't even know how many inches we got in within a few hours. It was insane, but I bet it is still nothing compared to what you guys get up there. It probably up here we joke about the South and how the South thinks they get winter, and it's like they'll get like an inch of snow and school gets shut down, and nobody knows what they're doing. Everybody's losing their minds, and we're like, it's an inch of snow. I don't know. I don't know. You could take your rear wheel drive bald tired car and go through that around here. It wouldn't be that big of a deal, but that's probably how you guys feel about when we in the north talk about our winters. Yeah, snow days. We do more snow days now, I think, than what they used to when I was in school, but I think it's not because of the roads, it's because of the temperatures and what's considered safe for the kids who have to walk to school, and it's more of a liability thing. As far as I'm aware, I don't know. I'm saying that as somebody who doesn't teach anymore and who's not in school, so what the heck do I know? Oh, North Dakota too. Yeah, I'm sure you guys get it like crazy. I'm sure that was, oh my gosh, that must be a huge adjustment from California to North Dakota. That I'm sure that's quite a difference. I've been Pennsylvania. We visited some other places and looked into property in other areas, but in other states, but I still have not found anywhere in the world that I think is more beautiful than Pennsylvania, other than if I could live in Glacier National Park and I could have property that nobody else could go on to, then maybe there. But I still I haven't found anywhere I think is more beautiful than Pennsylvania. Negative 35 in the morning. The kids still go to school. Holy moly. You used to see snow in the mountains and people skiing there. Yeah, it's we get cold here, but we don't get negative 35. That's I am too young to remember the blizzard of 78, but Nani talks about it all the time. I know that year her she has pictures of their like the front of their driveway, and the snow is like, well, you can't see and you don't know what her driveway looked like, but it was crazy. And she also said that all of the neighbors they didn't have food and couldn't get to the grocery store at that time. So she just and I think she couldn't go to work. She worked for Roswell Cancer Institute in Buffalo. I know a lot of women didn't work at that time. They stayed at home. And you're funny, Tori. The but I'm pretty sure she couldn't go to work. So she was just cooking the whole time. And all of her neighbors and friends, everybody was coming over and eating at her house because she had whatever food she had in the house, she was able to stretch and make work for the whole neighborhood. I'm pretty sure she'll just ask her, she'll tell you all about it. Um, yeah, I haven't seen Ireland yet. Even Italy, I still can't. I'm trying to like adjust my hair, but I think it's on the other side because this is sideways, and I keep going to get where is it? This part of my hair, but I keep reaching over here to get it. North Dakota, you get less snow. Yeah, that's crazy. Ooh, Northeast Alabama. I don't think I haven't seen Alabama yet. That's one state I haven't been to, or Arkansas. I've seen videos. My favorite YouTuber is in Arkansas, and when I see videos of like where she lives, I think that it looks like Pennsylvania. It looks so beautiful. It's nice when you really love where you live too. It kind of like it feels like a vacation all the time. I get excited to come home whenever we cross West. I really love West Virginia too. I think West Virginia is just beautiful. So when like we were just in North Carolina last weekend and we crossed the border into West Virginia and it started getting prettier and prettier and then we hit Pennsylvania and it's just like ah, we're home. It's so beautiful. When does your first snow usually come, brown eyed girl? Yeah, you get to go not go out in it. You can sit inside, sip some hot cocoa, and enjoy it. We got little neighbors here. You guys are gonna have to meet up sometime. Have some lunch or something. Come to my part of the state. When people come to Pennsylvania, they usually go to Philly or Pittsburgh. Nice. The cities are nice, but you have to come to this part of the state where, like the rural part, the where we live, it's near Cook Forest and Allegheny National Forest, and it is oh, especially right now in the fall. This is probably the least beautiful fall I've ever seen because it's been so dry, but it's still it's like the just the colors are insane here. It's so beautiful out here. You come to this part. You let me know when you are coming to Pennsylvania and you come to my area and we will get dinner. I'll make you some dinner. It won't be one of these recipes probably, but you let me know and you come in the fall. When you come to Pennsylvania, you come in the fall and you come do dinner with me. You had a blizzard in October? Holy moly. That's crazy. Usually our winter doesn't really hit till January, February. Oh, Tori, I thought you were saying, I'm reading Tori's comment. I was driving through PA a few months ago to DC and I'm thinking, Tori, you live in Pennsylvania. Who are you trying to fool? But no, I'm seeing the rest of your comment. Ooh, so you might be, if you're right across the border in Ohio, you might be near where I used to be from. I'm from the Conneaut Lake area, which is right, like right on the border over by, Ah, oh, now I'm not Akron. Maybe Akron. I forget what when you jump over the town over there, like close to West Middlesex and everything. I bet we are pretty close. Yeah, and I've heard North Dakota is crazy. I'd be proud of how tough I was too. If I lived in North Dakota and I had to live through all of that Arctic weather, I would be very proud of how tough I was because I would be very tough. Same thing, Canadians. Andover. Thank you, Tori. That's the one I was looking for. You Canadians have to be extremely tough, especially on your side of Canada. There's no way. I don't like summertime. I like it cold, but I don't like it that cold. So we're kind of like neighbors. I love that. And now, Flopster, you are a North Dakota in North Dakotite? North Dakotite? I don't know what you call yourselves, but you're part of the group now, so you are also very tough. Yes. That is why you're so good at hockey. Maybe that's why everybody fights so much in hockey because they're so mad that it's so cold. It's also probably why they're always drunk, is because it's so cold. But I don't know. What can you say about I played rugby and they are notoriously always drunk and probably fighting as well. So kind of like hockey. It's like rugby maybe is hockey without skates a little bit. Same kind of attitude. North Dakota high school and college hockey are very big in the state. Oh my gosh, I bet. I just I was reading a series of books and it was about hockey, but I think it was Canadian. I don't think it was American. I think they were Canadian actually. Is it Beartown? It's a couple years ago that I read it. It's and now I can't remember the name of the author and he's my favorite author, but he writes fantastic books and one of them was a series about hockey and I'm pretty sure it was in Canada. For I was going to say I think it was North Dakota, but now I'm pretty sure it was Canada. Oh, wow. Your kids go over to Canada to play. Well, that's probably where you'd want to be. Alright. Rana girl, did you play hockey when you were in school? You just like to watch. Can you skate? I cannot skate. I have attempted. I am way too clumsy for that. Yeah, nor I. I feel like if you're Canadian, you should be born with skates on your feet a little bit. It's probably a stereotype. That might be is that a racist thing to say? I don't know. An astute observer. I like that. All right. Any other thoughts? Anything we want to talk about? Any questions? I feel like I could talk to you guys all night, but I also don't want to take up all of your time. It's about 8:15 here, Eastern US time. Yes, I think people are really nice. Usually when I go out places and talk to people, as long as I stay off the internet and out of the comment section of things, the world is a really nice place and people are really nice. I agree. Okay, next get together. Do we want it to be in the evening like this again? I know before I think I had them probably a little bit earlier in the day and a lot of people couldn't make it. Do you guys like it a little later like this? Okay. Ooh, you wrote for the newspaper on that kid. That's really cool. Okay. Well, let's see. When I look at my schedule, it is a little bit busy, but let's see when I can do this again. Do you guys like Friday evenings? Does that work for you? Wow. You got the name of that town. That looks like a really difficult to spell town. I would not be able to pronounce that correctly. Ooh, let's see. Okay. I'm busy that weekend and that Friday. How do you guys feel about Thursday evenings? Because I know my next several Fridays through November are pretty busy. Does anybody have objections to Thursday evenings? Okay. I'm going to take that as a no. Let's say The only thing I have, which I have already completed on Thursday, is to cancel my Hulu subscription, which I have already completed. So I could take that off the calendar. Let's say November 20th. And is this 6:30 time good? Excellent. Tori, are you free? Because everybody wants you here too. Thursday evening. Thursday, November 20th. Yeah, it does save a lot of money to be at home. I'm so with you. As long as you're not ordering something off of Amazon. All right, perfect. So November 20th at 6:30, we'll schedule that. You might be here in person. Don't get me excited because if you have to work and then you don't show up, I'll be disappointed and you don't want to disappoint me. All right. I'll schedule that after we hang up here. I'll schedule it. So hopefully it'll show up for you guys. I don't did Oh, here's a question for you. Did Were you informed that this live was scheduled ahead of time or did you only know about it because I posted it? Because Tori said hers didn't show up. And several of you have also said that you haven't been getting notified when videos come up. All right, Tori, it appears, will be here on November 20th. Okay, good. It did send you the notification. Okay. Oh man, an hour in. Well, that's disappointing. Well, I'll give everybody so it looks like not too many people got notifications. So I'll see if I can figure out why. I probably won't be able to figure that out, but I'll see if I can figure out why. But I know this is kind of a last minute informing, so I'll put it up to remind everybody maybe a week or two beforehand. Hey, luckily, yeah, you were lucky you caught it on time. Good. Well, I'm glad. All right. Anything else? Anybody have anything else before we hang up and say goodnight to each other? All right, a week before. I'll try to remember that. I'll put a reminder a week beforehand in my calendar to remind you guys and myself that we have a live in a week. All right. Nobody has anything else they want to talk about. I guess I will say good night. I'm just about finished with my smoothie there. Um, about having a super cool little sister. Kayla is really awesome. So is Kelsey. They are fabulous little sisters. I love them both. All right. Love you guys. Good night. I'll see you. I'll see you on video, the pre-recorded video that I'm doing tomorrow on Fridays, and then I'll see you again on the 20th. Sweet dreams. Love you guys.